All right, next question by pourChaSha. pourChaSha. She says, "Hello, Mr. Machedo." Miss pourChaSha. Okay, my question: how hard would it be for a Black American female such as myself to get hired in UAE? pourChaSha, I assume that's your, okay, whatever your name. There are Black Americans in UAE. I've known a few of them. Some have their own business. Some have their own consulting practice. Some work for multinational companies. Local companies, I don't think I've met anyone till now. Nobody has worked for a local company. And many of them work as teachers, language teachers. Okay, so there are Black Americans in UAE. However, as far as I've known, they don't work for very long. They work for a few years and they eventually move on. The reason why they come there is they're curious. Okay, tax-free money, I can, have a new life. So they want to see what is UAE, but eventually they move on because one of the biggest gripes that they have is the chronic racism, the lack of rights, and lack of respect. So it's not like they're treated like shit, but racism is very explicit, especially in the corporate world. And yeah, many of them do work for the aviation industry, especially cabin crew. So that's as far as Black Americans, especially women, are concerned. Then she says, "I have not completed my bachelor's degree. However, I have a tech, telecommunications, and financial background for 10 years. If you have not completed your bachelor's degree, it would be very challenging, very hard, because there are highly educated people over there, especially in telecommunications, technical, and financial backgrounds. If you have to get into these industries without academic credentials, nobody's going to entertain, as far as I know. And even if they did entertain you without a degree, then they would not pay you much. So if you're looking for US dollars worth of revenue or a salary package, you must have that, because in the Middle East, without a degree, they don't recognize. They just feel that you're not qualified enough, because remember, you're competing against people who are chartered accountants. Okay, and in the telecommunications sector, they are very technically sound. Okay, let me state, I do not want to teach English, which I understand. Another quick question, if I may ask: what do you do for a living? Well, I am an online consultant. I offer my services by coaching online, and people pay me money for that. That's how I earn my living, and that's how I'm living my life. Next one, Farid. Badr, my good friend, who with the Arabic dress, very loyal follower, friend, or whatever you could say online. He always has thought-provoking comments. He says, "Just want to know where you're happy, in Dubai or much happier in Thailand?" Okay, Badr, I was in UAE for 40 years, and I'll tell you, UAE was, is like my home, but it never considered me as a citizen. So obviously I can't call that my home, but it was my home for 40 years. I have so many memories. My childhood, half my life was spent there. So I'll always have a soft corner for UAE. I'll always love UAE. I'll always feel UAE is like my own country. Okay. So was I happier in Dubai or Thailand? I would say luxury, ease of life, technology, modern living, memories, everything in Thailand. Sorry, Dubai. But if you're talking of future, if you're talking of sustenance, old age, that's why I moved to Thailand. UAE has a lot more other benefits than Thailand, but the only reason I took Thailand is because age was catching up. I'm moving 40 plus. I need to, cut down the rat race of running behind, earning money to pay my expenses, and stability. That's why I moved to Thailand, and today I have a wife and kid, so much more happy, can spend more time and less hassles of being an expat in UAE. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, next one, Ayodele Olatunji. Okay, I think that's an African name. Yes, why? If you will advise Nigerians who are jobless and seeking to get a job in UAE, what will you tell them? Please don't come to UAE. You will face shit. You'll be treated like shit. You'll face shit. They are super hardcore, explicitly racist towards blacks. Okay, you want a frank answer, I'm giving you a frank answer. Okay, the only job you'll get is a security guard or a driver. If you're lucky, really lucky, you might get into a company, but that's about it. Or you need to be very highly educated and have amazing credentials to get into a multinational company. Secondly, what is the population of Nigerians and African in UAE prison? I don't know. Must not be much, because as it is, you do not have many Africans in UAE, so it must be less than 1%. However, one thing I do know is, if you're caught committing a crime, you are deported ASAP and banned from entering UAE.